got bigger house because they're working more at home now. Yes. So even though they're empty nesters, they needed more space for their respective offices. Right. Yeah. I'm gonna get a coffee. Would you like one? No, thank you. I'm good. I already have some coffee for the morning. Yeah. So. Yeah, they live outside. Like it's not even. Yeah, I don't remember the name of the suburb, but I want to say it's about 20 minutes. Mesa, could be all kinds of different areas. Litchfield, Goodyear. I'd have to look it up. I've been there. I just don't remember the name of the town. You know, you put it into Google Maps and you go. Exactly. But they really liked it. I'm not as special to Arizona because I like green and I lived in Arizona as a kid. But well, we're buying Sedona. Well, if you leave it on manual, yeah, it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. I love it. That's what we're buying. But that's where my kids were raised. So, and my son's girlfriend was raised. Thank you. So you're welcome. So that's what we're looking at. We spent 2 weeks there. It's beautiful. Yeah, it's an absolutely beautiful place. It's still dry, especially right now. It's so dry right now. They close the whole. They close the. Yes, always. There's a big difference. Oh, yeah. I was stationed in Fort Worth for 2 years. Yeah, it's just. I mean, you know, in Sedona, you're 45 minutes away from skiing, so it's just a totally different. People think of only think of Phoenix. Oh, there it is. Northern Arizona is totally different. It's like a mess here, and that's why the kids were like, "We're not moving to Phoenix. It's too hot. Just it's blazing." Well, with these record heats too, it's you know almost in a bit. Yes, agreed. Yes, that's exactly right. So, yeah. No, Sedona we loved. We did a DRDO there, and we did a ground trend. Okay. And we used Sedona as a base. And we did the mountains, we did the rivers, we did the state.
Well, you guys get to meet.
Yeah.
Oh, Natasha, John Morris is going to be here.
Oh, is he? Okay.
Yeah, he's going to come by. I'm having lunch with him today.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think
It's a great location.
Natasha, did I meet you in person?
No.
No, okay. But I know you so well.
I
So,
know, right?
So we can
See people live.
Oh, I love that.
Right.
See Jessica.
So we're excited, but we'll see.
Awesome.
Tough market.
So if I stand here, that's so if that's catching me.
Yeah, this property actually is a deal.
We thought we were like at an angle, whatever works for you.
Okay.
And then we can.
Oh yeah, it's like kind of slow.
Yeah. We'll see what happens.
Jess, can you hear me okay?
Could you do?
And do I look normal? Can you see me and hear me, Jess? I'm asking you, okay.
Yeah, do I look normal?
Like not.
That's a trick question.
Tricky question.
Uh-huh. Yeah, normal for you. What?
All right, so are you, Natasha, gonna run the like navigation video?
I wasn't planning
Oh,
on
okay.
it, but you can, right? Do you, are you
Or
gonna,
if
yeah.
you guys can do it.
Because he knows.
He knows what's going
Yeah,
on.
I don't.
He's dealing with all my awareness. Okay.
Well,
All
hold on, I
right,
need to
well,
make
you let me
sure
know
this-
when we're ready.
Hold on. I just wanted to make sure. See, you always look so pretty. Well, you are pretty, but on camera,
Oh,
you look really
You look
good.
much prettier on the video. No, I'm just kidding. Well, I don't have, normally I have lashes on, but I don't have them on today because my eyes bother me, so.
Okay, so it's a
you're good.
little delay, but it's worth it.
But thank you, Teresa. I know you meant to point it this way. Okay. Woohoo, you guys. Who is ready for some exciting hybrid team meeting action? I'm ready. Mark and Teresa are ready. Nicole is ready. Peony, it's a soft hybrid opening. And then we will have a special guest coming by today, hopefully before we finish the team meeting. So that'll be cool. I'm not navigating the chat box. So I don't know, Ray, if you can, just in case. Okay, so Ray can navigate the chat box. And yeah, we're gonna see how this goes today. Super excited. I have a lot of great content to share with you guys. And so let's get started. All right. Oops, I think I went to by accident. There's a little bit of a delay. Okay, Yeah, let me go back. That's all right, we'll get it down, I'm gonna come back to the birthdays. All right, mission moment. So we had, I think I changed this from, it was motivation moment last time, and I just wanted to quickly explain what this is. I actually did some research on it because Keller Williams Realty International has been doing this on the weekly calls that I'm on. And they call it a mission moment and people share things. And I was like, what exactly is this? So it is a thing. A lot of nonprofits do it. And I wanted to read to you what it is so you understand what it is. And then that way you can maybe raise your hand to participate. So a good mission moment is a story about a person, the obstacle you may have faced, and how the executive and leadership team of the organization helped you overcome the obstacle. It's not a time to share program overviews or data. It's to tell a little story about someone and how Keller Williams has helped you or someone else. And the purpose of this is so that team members, our executive and leadership team, can see what success looks like to you, who are our clients, and how their work can change lives to encourage them to continue to do those things and understand that and have clarity. So how do we keep our team focused on our organization's mission? That said, who can tell me what our mission statement is as a company? Because it's all about fulfilling what we're doing to help assure that we're fulfilling this mission, which is essentially for you guys. So who can tell me what the mission statement of Keller Williams is? I know I've asked this before, so you can go ahead and shout it out, because, I mean, you can type it in the chat box if you want. Ray will let me know. I'd love to hear somebody tell us what the mission statement of the company is that you're with. Do I need to call somebody out?
Official lines.
Yeah. We'll know some of it.
I'm Googling.
You can Google it, look it up.
I'm Googling fast.
If you're raising your hand, I can't see you, so just go unmute.
Oh, no, I don't.
Just unmute. Wow, so it's a good thing we're having this conversation, right?
I can say the three I know.
Okay, Nicole's gonna say the three she knows.
So businesses worth owning, lives worth living, and legacies worth leaving.
Good. Okay, she got three.
I've seen a couple.
So to build careers worth having, businesses worth owning, lives worth living, legacies worth leaving, and experiences worth giving. So experiences worth having. So the idea is that how are we doing that every day on a daily basis for you, right? If we're not helping you build a career worth having, a business worth owning, a life worth living, etc., then we're not doing our part in fulfilling the mission and helping you. So who has a mission moment that they can share for the benefit of our team and for the others on the call of something that we do well, or we have done, or somebody in particular has done, which is in a sense a little bit of gratitude. We'll do a specific bucket fill thing too, but what is an example of us fulfilling our mission? Knowing now that you know what it is.
I'll go.
Jessica, yes.
So, with all the tools and resources that Keller Williams International and Keller Williams Realty Maui offers us, it allows us to run our business like a business. So I can set those expectations with our clients who look at us as professionals, just like if they were to be working with a doctor or a dentist. That allows me to do the things in life that I want to do, so I can also be a better normal human being and a realtor to serve the clients and the community. Lives worth living, and experiences, bold, changed my mindset and my desire for growth and the ability to make things happen, set out a plan to reach a goal. And I'm here on Maui now, which was my first big why. So now I get to focus on my other big whys And, you know, legacy is worth living when you don't have kids. So a big part of what we do is to be able to give back to the community with, you know, monetary donations and volunteering, and then focusing on, you know, the other aspects of how we want to give to directly to our customers in the future, with different assistance programs. So that's it. There's more, but that's some of it.
Okay, awesome. Sorry, Latasha's playing with the speakers, so she was muted for a second there. So awesome, Jessica, thank you. That's a great example of sharing that. The systems and models and support in terms of running your business has helped you to really also relocate, like, right, bold, and helped you to relocate your entire business and life from Florida to Maui and start over, and now you guys are killing it, right? So I love that. That's great. Thank you for sharing. Appreciate that. I was gonna say, like, if somebody doesn't share, this is gonna be a much longer meeting because we're gonna sit here. Okay, no. All right. So next, let's go to our birthdays, our July birthdays. Okay, I hit it. I'm just waiting, see if it delays. Let's do it again. And yes, we are a tech company, by the way. Yeah, this is not working now. So hang on, I can do this. I can do this manually if I need to. It's kind of sticky too. I don't know where this thing has been. Yeah. Okay. Next slide. There we go. Thank you. Okay. July birthdays. So happy birthday to everybody who's had a birthday in July. As we get back into doing these meetings, you know, this hybrid meeting, we do have food. We have muffins today, so they're birthday muffins, and we'll celebrate with everybody that's physically here. By the way, if you're not physically here and you want to stay on the Zoom and then drive over and have muffins, you can do that. So happy birthday to everybody. And then Celeste's birthday is today, right? Celeste's birthday is today. So I don't know if she's here. Probably not. Is she here?
Yep.
Yay, Celeste, happy birthday.
Thank you, thank you.
Is anybody else's birthday today, or is it just Celeste? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Celeste. Happy birthday to you. Woo! Okay. We haven't gotten to do that in like over a year.
That was amazing. Mahalo.
Okay. All right. Next, bucket fills, attitude of gratitude. So this is where we show our gratitude to something in our life, to a person that's on the call or not on the call. So who's got a bucket to fill? I do. Oh my goodness, so many people here live. I don't know if they'll be able to hear you. Let's try it. Michelle, go first.
All right, good morning, everyone, virtually and video land. My bucket fill today is for Candy Ball, who is my partner extraordinaire, and you've so stepped up always, but particularly the last couple of weeks. Marianne was on vacation, and I was working remotely on the mainland, so appreciate you.
Yes. Guys, I don't know if you were able to hear that well, but I was talking to Keone about that when all the brokers were like off island and out of town or not working on the 4th of July, and he was the only broker working on 4th of July. And I was like, what do you do? He's like, oh no, I'm in the water. You're like in the water and you're on the phone. Yeah. He's like, that's why I have a waterproof phone. If that's not dedication, I don't know what it is. Okay, Stacy.
Hi everybody virtually and everybody here. I wanted to fill Lisa Pua's bucket because she's a Keller Mortgage and she helped a few of my clients, and most recently, well, several already, but she helped my uncle folks with their loan, and there was 5 of them on the loan, and they lived in the house for 28 years, and they finally bought it in Lahaina. And it was awesome.
In and of itself. So thank you, Lisa.
I have one more.
And Michelle has one more. And then I'm going to go to the chat box.
So this one is for Latasha Baldwin, who is always 3 steps ahead of everyone in our company. she's a master communicator. If there's ever a class that would have Latasha teach, it is written communication. I'm working remotely on the mainland. I get an email from her. It's extremely clear what the issue is, what I need to do or my decision, and who and how to respond. And if we could all do better written communication, we would eliminate a lot of issues in our lives.
Audio went down. Let me see if I can go.
We heard you. We heard you.
Hold on, give me a second on the mic level. Okay, so Master Latasha is working on the audio. So of course, the day we decide to do this, we have a little bit a internet connection issue. So it's a bit slow. That's where we're going. Okay, so I get that the audio's quiet. Was that better? I don't know if you can hear. Yeah, we're kind of figuring this out. So Michelle, say something and see if they can hear you.
Good morning. Aloha.
Can you hear better?
Thumbs up, thumbs down.
Better? Okay. All right. Audio's weird working on audio. Thank you. I thought there might be another bucket fill in there, but it's great feedback instead about the audio. So that's awesome. And now I must be much louder. Okay. Anyone else? Those are pretty good. All right.
I'll bucket feed again about, first of all, County, what a wonderful broker he is to have. About Michelle, what a wonderful PB she is to have. And how priceless Colette is, all that she gives us, but especially you, Lisa, for giving us your heart, your soul, your mentality, and just your generosity and love. So there's my bucket fills.
Request unmuting. Okay, thank you. The muting is happening when you guys are talking because the speaker's wonky otherwise. And this is great because this is good practice for us. All right, next. Congratulations. I hit it, I don't know. I don't know, this thing's not working, so. All right, congratulations to Chiaki Yamada, who got her broker's license, so, which is awesome. You're gonna have to help me run this. We'll sit right there. Not on the floor. If you want a chair, you can have a chair. All right, there she is, Chiaki. And then also, next, congratulations to Kaylee E. Beck, who also got his broker's license. Weird Morphe thing because of the delay. It's like those old commercials where the morphs their face. All right, and let's see what it looks like when Kaylee E morphs into Marianne Viernes, who capped. So congratulations to our cappers, Marianne, cappers, the Carters, and Marianne is, by the way, in Disney World right now. She's celebrating her capper status.
So she went to Disney World.
She went to Disney World. Joanne and Craig Carter, congratulations. You capped also, Carter team. And Elizabeth Escalera, who capped, which I'm super stoked about. Working on the team with Derek, who's her son. And then, and by the way, Marianne, this is her second year. She's been in real estate for 2 years. I guess it's technically her third year, but that's a pretty great feat.
And Disneyland was a big why.
And then the Potts, Aloha Group, Cap, congratulations. Velasquez, Cap, we have a lot of cappers by the way this month. Probably a record breaker amount of cappers because of like this crazy market, so it's amazing. Deb Vial and Karen Barrett also capped, congratulations to them. Tony Miziazik, brand new capper, he's been licensed, maybe like a year, and he capped. And he capped on the Big Island of Hilo, you guys, so like,
commercial.
woo-hoo, and commercial, that's right. That's a big part of it too. You add a commercial deal and you work that deal with one of your commercial people. It's great. Don and Tammy Sue Harris, GT now, congratulations. And then Tom Griffith, congratulations, had his first closing. So that's always super exciting. Lena Couture also had her first closing with us. Yay, Lena. And Miranda Watson had her first closing. Oh, that's weird. And then, so Emily did too, but Emily's picture is Lena's picture. So I didn't see that. That's okay, Ray. We will get Emily's picture up there. Is Emily physically on the call? Because I can have her show her face and we can celebrate her first closing too. I don't know if she's on the call, but anyway, we'll skip that. We'll congratulate Emily, who also had her first closing, and then Ellie Cato's first closing as well. So congratulations. We'll skip that because that's Lena, but that's okay. All right. Next is let's go through our June rankings. So thank you to Ray. Oh, did you update these or did you?
Regional numbers are still waiting to be updated, but the prizes are updated. Like the top position.
Where are those? Is that a slide in here?
Yeah, it's the next.
Okay, so we're gonna skip. So basically, the rankings have not come in yet for KWRI because sometimes at this time of the month, it usually comes in around the 10th. And if we have this meeting, sometimes we get them by now and we don't. So we'll visit those next month. These though are our current year-to-date, month-over-month and year-to-date rankings for Northern California and Hawaii. So this was updated? Okay, we're saying yes. John's here. Hi, John. Oh, you snuck in. So in the back of the room, I didn't see you come in, is a special guest that we have today, which is John Morris. And John is a celebrity in KW, in Keller Williams. He is a regional tech trainer ambassador, whatever you're called.
Actually, I got two titles. It's Regional Growth and Technology Director.
Regional Growth and Technology Director for the Maryland, DC region, and also a master faculty or
Not quite yet.
almost
You're
close to be master faculty for KWRI. He used to be in our region. Well, I don't know where he still live in
I'm
our
a
region.
broker in our region.
And he's a broker in our region and used to do a lot of stuff tech-wise for us. And now Maryland, DC gets him because Tony Brody stole him and put him over there. But we're really excited to have him here and he's on vacation, which is wonderful, and made a comment on Facebook that he may not be returning. And so should he not return, that would be great for us. And then we can have him work with you guys and Latasha and like.
I already work with him.
Yeah, she already works with him. Okay, so the question is whether these numbers are June. I'm guessing they're not because if the other numbers were not updated, these may not be as well. Can we ask Shelby and somebody get Shelby and ask her. What I do want to talk about, and I can tell you, is that we do have some record-breaking numbers for June for our market center. So we're going to go through those and then we can come back to the regional ones if they're updated. But you can see even with the regional ones, what's happening. And we went over that the last meeting. So I want to talk about June. And this literally just came out this morning. That's why it's not on the slides yet. If you can just go back to the record breaker site. The multi-year trends report, which is what I look at when it comes out every month, that tells us how we did as a market center. And we have some idea, right? Because we send the numbers into Keller Williams, but I really want to share these with you because they're pretty incredible numbers across the board. So the first one, and you guys are doing this out there, the first one is that we have closed year to date. I want to talk about what we closed. So in June, we closed 166 units in June. That is the highest we've ever closed in the history of this market center. Ever. So congratulations to you guys for that. And what that has done, and every other month we've had, has put us to year to date 814 units year to date. Now to put this into perspective, our highest year that we've had, which was 2 years ago, because last year, a little bit lower, the biggest year we ever had was 958 units for the whole year, and we're at 814. So what are we on pace to do, double, right?
Double.
Yeah, a lot. Over 1,000, which was like a goal when we opened this market center. I'm like, someday we're going to close over 1,000 units. And guess what? We're going to do it this year. So you guys are going to do it. And I'm so excited. Another thing is closed sales volume. So the best year we ever had, again, 2 years ago, we closed 643.2 million in sales. And year to date, $721.2 million. So was getting over $1 billion because I think it's only happened. I mean, it's a very rare thing for a real estate company on Maui to close over $1 billion in real estate. It's a very rare. So that's huge. You guys are on pace to blow that out of the water. And it's amazing with what's going on in the inventory, how resourceful you guys are being, and how many more dual agencies we're seeing. You guys finding the deals, which is what we're talking about. So that's part of why we're able to do that in a lower inventory market. Everything is up. Listings taken is up. Listings taken volume. Listings sold. So out of those 814 units, listings is 403. So we are really close to what the MREA model shows, which is a 50-50 ratio. That's what we want to shoot for, right? So we're doing really well. You guys are really doing well in terms of your business being balanced with buyers and sellers, which you might not think is the case in this market, right? You might think we were buyer heavy, and you're still managing to get the listings and sell those listings. So congratulations on that. We broke records, obviously, in listing sold volume. Clearly, our average sale price has something to do with it too, except that you also broke it in units. So what's great about that is we would expect that your sales volume would be up because our average price point is up so much higher, and yet you also are up in units. So that's a wonderful feat. And these are the types of conversations and things you want to look at in your own business. What we're talking about too is also a model for you to look at your own business, and you have your own multi-year trends report as a reminder in the intranet. So who wants to guess? So our average sale price, who wants to guess what the average sale price currently is year to date? So this would go from January to June. We have months up, we have months down. Jess is saying $1 million.
965.
965.
942.
942.
With
Okay, so
For sales or?
not there yet. It's 886. Although it is 886 is 26.3% higher than we were a year ago. 26.3% in average sale price higher. That's a huge number. That's a huge number. And that's a good number for you guys to know. Closed GCI. So this is the money you are making. The money you guys are making. So again, to put this in perspective, you guys closed in gross commission income 2 years ago in 2019, the whole year, 16.1 million in gross commission income. You're already closed 18.5 million in gross commission income this year. So you guys are making more money a lot, which is great. And look at all those cappers that are, so many people are capping now to benefit with 100% commission. It's incredible. So you're also, keeping more money. And if you're not, I know we've said this on a couple of calls, if you're not making money, if your business is not moving in the right direction, reach out to your broker, your coach, to me, because we want to take advantage of the market of the moment. And I know it's a challenge for a lot of people finding the listings for their buyers. And so that's why we talk about those things. These are the trends though. So we want to be riding this wave, especially before we hit the next cycle. Lastly, I want to talk about profit share because it's pretty exciting. So our best profit share year, again, 2 years ago, which is probably not a surprise since that's when our numbers were the highest in general. And by the way, last year was not bad. I mean, considering what everybody went through, it was still pretty strong. In 2019, we profit shared for the whole year $291,697 back to you guys in profit share. This year so far, we've profit shared $333,561, which puts us on track. We could be looking at 700,000. I mean, just it's crazy in profit share, and it's incredible. So if you are getting it, wonderful for you. If you're not getting it, talk to somebody about how you can benefit from profit share because it's a wonderful opportunity with no investment. And then we've had 82 agents join us this year. That's another big number. Great. So we've had a big growth year as well, and that of course helps us, and it's wonderful that people are happy and coming on board with us. Okay, next. And you can put anything in the chat box, celebratory, and Ray will catch it. Because I expect people to be excited about these things. And if you have questions, he'll let me know too. I want to welcome some of the agents who have joined us. Tim, since our last meeting. Tim, Rebecca, Bruce, Tucker, Landon, welcome to you guys. And on the Big Island, Jill. So I don't know who's on the call. Normally I go through and see who's on the call. Congratulations though, and thank you for being with us. We're excited to have you. And then congratulations to our growth partners. So when we talk about profit share, these are agents of ours in our company that have, by referring some of the agents who have joined us. So Christina, Dean, Randy, Connor, and Stacy, congratulations to you guys for building your profit share. And it's not about us, right? We succeed through others. So the idea is we refer people to the company because we believe that it's going to help their life, and we tell our story about how it's helped us, and then we help them. And then as a benefit to that, the company says to you, thank you so much for introducing us to this great person that we can now help have a great business and a great life, and we're going to pay you to say thank you, right? That's how profit share works. All right, let's talk about awards for the Market Center, because those we do have the numbers for June. So highest closed volume individual agent in June, Nicole at 8.5 million. Fantastic money. Nicole, the Girls Island Properties, which is Karen and Deb, and they capped, right, is $5.7 million a month. That's pretty good. Aloha Group Maui had a $10.8 million month as our group, top group for June. And then top individuals. So Nicole, full sweep. Right, full sweep. Listings taken volume, written units, closed units, listings sold volume, and GCI. So all you need is only $1 million 1 month, and you can sweep that. Okay. Although I know a couple months ago, Brody did, like I said, a $20 million month. I think Tyler also, his team had a $20 million month. Okay, so top teams, June 2021, Blue Marlin, Escaleras. Yeah. Congratulations, you guys. Listings taken units, written units, closed units, listings sold volume. The Girls, Island Properties, Deb and Karen, listings taken volume, closed volume, and GCI. The Hawaii team, congratulations to the Hawaii team. I don't know if this is the first time that you're on the board. Written volume, Dan and Chris, so congratulations to you guys. And then Homes and Chocolate, Rochelle and Kaylee, and listings sold the units. Top groups, Aloha Group Maui, congratulations to you guys for killing it in units, written units, closed volume, closed units, listings sold units, and GCI. The 808 team, listings taken volume, units, closed units, and listings sold units. And then Tyler Coons, Maui, written volume, and listings sold volume. All right, Michelle, so you're up next, and I'm going to ask that you come up here so they can hear you better. And we're sending Michelle a lot of love. Is it okay if I say? Yeah. We're sending Michelle love because if you had said no, that would have been weird because I already asked. Her little puppy that she just brought back from Arizona. She flew to Arizona to pick up her new little puppy, brought her little puppy back, and it was playing and it fell. I mean, it kind of like fell weird and broke its leg. And she had to fly to Oahu yesterday and bring the puppy for surgery. It's doing better. And anyway, so we're sending her lots of love and she's here today.
Yeah, our puppy is 6 months old. His name is Mochi, and he's a Frenchie, little French bulldog. And he's gonna have a long, healthy life after this surgery, or I'm gonna kill him myself. Flying to Oahu to have surgery, I'm like, I don't fly to Oahu to surgery. Okay, so thanks everyone for joining us this morning. What I'm going to talk about this morning was some things that you get every other month. You get the Realtor magazine. This comes from NAR. I find that a lot of these magazines are in our mailboxes up front. Some of them for issues after issues after issues. So if you are not getting your Realtor magazine, first check your mail file in your office. If it's not there, please contact NAR to update your mailing address because this is really valuable and gives you a lot of industry information. Comes out 6 times per year. So find your Realtor magazine. And there's just 3 or 4 things I want to touch on. One of the things they're focusing on right now is their campaign. This is where some of your dues for NAR go to promote you as a real estate professional. So they have a big full page ad in here. On this ad online, you can go on and get campaign logos, print and banner ads, social media messages, and the campaign is "That's Who We Are," and it talks about the fact we abide by a code of ethics and we are a higher level professional. So check out the campaign if you haven't seen it. Referral fee agreements in writing. I have some issues where we are doing business, we're either giving referrals or we're receiving referrals, and we're not putting it in writing. And there's actually 2 steps. You can do that referral virtually through command, which is my first request because you can't lose it, it never goes away, everyone's signed on digitally. But you also need to do a 1-page written referral agreement for our MCA so that they have all of the details. I've had a few calls recently on people having misunderstandings on what the percentage agreement was. I just had one this morning from a broker when I was driving in. They got their check and they're like, it's not what we agreed to.
Can I add to that?
Absolutely.
So I'm going to add to what she said about the importance of actually having the form, the referral agreement, because as a reminder, who is the agreement between? When you talk to another agent in Florida who sends a referral, yeah, okay, not you. When you talk to an agent and you say, I'm sending you a referral, do you agree to 25% or whatever? Yes, great. And even if you send a little email and say, that sounded bad. Send an email and say 25%, you agree to that, yes. And the agent responds, do you actually have an agreement?
No.
No, why don't you have an agreement?
Broker.
Because the brokers haven't agreed. So just a reminder, the agreement is between the brokers. So the broker has to be included in that and the broker needs to sign off. And do you think we've run into issues where agents have agreed and brokers then don't agree?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you want to avoid that and you want to make sure if you send a referral that the broker has agreed to pay it. So think of it that way and then you'll do it that way every time.
Exactly. So 2 steps for every referral, whether you're sending the referral or receiving the referral. The first step is within command, and if you need assistance, reach out to Latasha. It's a very simple process. Second step is the written 1-page agreement. You do need broker signatures, and your assigned broker can sign those for you. So let's make sure that that happens. And in today's case, their broker called me. So they're like, we didn't get the right amount of money. Okay, well, we're gonna figure it out. Okay, the next thing I want to talk about is on page 11 of your May to June Realtor magazine, and that is about retirement planning. So Keller Williams is really big on building wealth and growing your estate and your assets. On page 11 in that May June Realtor magazine, they're talking about a series of webinars in July. It's Central Time, so unfortunately we missed today, but you have 3 left in the month. They are 1-hour free webinars with Morgan Stanley through the NAR Center for Realtor Financial Wellness Retirement Summit. Is that a mouthful or what? I had to read that like 3 times, but okay. It's a 4-part series, 3 are left. You can go on, it's free. It's an hour each. They're at 1 o'clock every Wednesday Central Time. So go on to that, great resource. And then the last item I want to talk about, Eddie, here is a legal tip sheet. And these legal tips are just some bullet points I want you to think about you should be doing in your business every day. Helps you, helps me, helps us together as a company. All right, so the first one is don't make decisions for your client. We implement, we communicate decisions our clients make. We don't make those decisions. When in doubt, disclose. If you have to even think about it for a microsecond, disclose it. Don't even give it a second thought. Put all your decisions in writing. Everything communicated in writing. Give facts rather than opinions, right? I had to coach someone yesterday. Let's dial back from what we think are opinions. Let's just give the facts. Focus on the offer rather than the client. So when you're writing it, it's not about the client. We don't want to be making fair housing violations on this is a family that wants to live in your home, the great little dog. No, it's about the property. Follow the NAR Code of Ethics always. And stick to the real estate transaction. Don't give legal advice. Again, the best advice we can give is, I'm recommending that you seek legal counsel and give them that recommendation in writing. That's all I have today on the PB update. I do have one commercial item. Not sure if we have a slide, but I'm gonna go ahead and get it now so I don't have to get back up. But Chiaki Yamada closed her first commercial deal yesterday with the commercial division. And I'm really excited for her and proud of her. So good job. And that's it for me.
All right. Yay. And now our fabulous productivity coach, Nicole Burns.
Well, thank you for that. All right, hello, good morning, everybody. Good morning, everybody. So first of all, you know, I learned this amazing saying from our awesome principal broker, and it was, if you're questioning whether to disclose, just think of this: no one's ever been sued for over disclosing. And I was like, I tell everybody that. I was like, yeah, you get sued for under, but you won't get like sued because you told them too much. So
Yeah.
oh, I love that. Thank you. That was like the best advice. I share that with everybody. All right, on to productivity coaching. So first of all, I have to say thank you. I have the most amazing coaches, and we have done this awesome rewrite of Ignite to make it amazing and super practical. So first of all, I want to let you guys know that Ignite, the new Ignite, is starting next Tuesday. All of our new agents are going through that. All of our new notebooks are available. We have our binder angels have all printed out the Ignite binders. So Rochelle has them in Hilo, and Tanita has them in Kona, and Ray has them here in Kalalui. So please pick up your binders if you're registered for Ignite. For those of you that are already established in your business, I just want to point out that when the market gets busy, sometimes we get a little lax. So I had a very interesting question that I came across on Facebook the other day. Somebody said, if you meet someone at an open house and they're really excited and they want to see another property, and you take them and show them that other property, what happens if they pick up the flyer with the other agent's information? What do you do? How would you guys answer that? What do you do?
If they pick up the flyer at the new house?
Yep, with the other agent's information.
Hey, Nicole, I saw that one too. Oh, your audio. Can't hear. Oh,
There we go. Okay.
Don't you disclose your agency?
So here was what I responded. Why did you take a buyer directly from meeting them at an open house to see another property without meeting with them and setting up some expectations and having? When the market gets busy, we sometimes miss steps in our business. I said, I would have no problem because I already talked to that person and I already created a rapport with them, and I'm their agent. They've signed a buyer rep agreement. They've done the proper steps. I've taken that time with them. Sometimes when the market gets busy, we forget certain things. We don't set expectations with our clients and let them know how we're going to show up and ask them how are they going to show up, right? We miss certain steps. So here's what I want to say, even for those of you that are established. The coaching team wants to invite you to attend either week 2 or week 3 of Ignite. Week 2 is going to be focused on buyers, from the initial conversation to opening escrow, all of the steps that we need to be following, right? The system. Week 3 is going to be listings. Same thing, from initial conversation to signing the listing agreement. So this is a good check-in for those of you that already have an established business on, am I missing steps? Because sometimes when we get busy, we miss steps.
You guys tell me that all the time. I mean, how many of you tell me you wish that you had the resources that everybody else has that's new, that's starting today? This is a foundational piece in your business that you probably are not doing. So
yeah,
yes.
So this is gonna
great
be,
opportunity.
It's going to be a great week. So week 2 is going to be Tuesday through Friday, 9 to noon, and it's going to be all the steps you need. It's going to lay it out. So if anybody's interested in joining and just attending one of those weeks, please let me know. We'll get you enrolled and we'll get you the information you need versus picking up an entire binder. But this is going to be pretty amazing, and this is going to be a great point of check-in for established agents. Look, we sell houses, and what happens if the foundation is crumbling on a house? It don't matter what you build, it's gonna fall apart eventually. Don't have your business be built on a faulty foundation. Always be reinforcing your foundation. And that's what these are for. So we're excited. Please come check it out. And we will see a lot of you during buyer and seller week. And all the rest of you awesome new agents are gonna be there for all of our weeks. So I look forward to seeing all of you.
Yay.
Bye, everybody.
Boom. Boom. She's standing next to her, I feel really short. So I'm gonna anyway, awesome, very tall and slender and gorgeous. Okay, so the open house, I had an answer for that. I just wanted to wait and see what other people have said. You could also do, if they take a flyer of an agent, this was something we did in a skit, coincidentally, a few years ago at Rams Got Talent, for those of you if you were there, where I was playing the part of the agent that was bringing the buyer, and then that my client took the flyer, and I just proceeded to grab the flyer and rip it up and eat it. That's what I did. So you can do that too.
Well,
I love
also,
that.
my answer is that the agent did the right thing by going with them to the open house.
Totally.
Otherwise, they would have gone by themselves
Yeah.
and they would
No,
have
no,
lost that opportunity.
Yes.
Now, the follow-up to that is you ask them, do you want to write it up, right? Do you want to buy this one or no? You don't want to buy that one. You don't worry about the flyer. It's
right.
a flyer, right? Now you made the appointment to show them something else.
Hold it in half.
Yep. All right. Kion's saying, don't worry about it if they're not writing up the offer on this, all right? All
Any
right.
ways to skin a cat.
Mini.
Because what?
Any ways to skin a cat.
Many ways to.
There's a lot of skinless cats around here.
I don't know if that's
I'll have a lot of skinless cats.
Open a coconut.
Open a coconut.
Any ways to walk the dog? I don't know.
It's better. My cat's at the bed this morning, so very sensitive. All right. Okay. So I want to show you guys, those of you who were in the company huddle yesterday, you saw like 5 minutes of this video. I've shortened, I've condensed it to just a 2-minute version because I want to make sure the people that were not on the company huddle get the setup of where the CMA and valuations thing idea and contest came from. So I'm going to show you guys the 2 minutes of Jason Abrams' video when he was on our regional ALC mastermind. Mind-blowing. I mean, and those of you again who weren't on the company huddle yesterday, I'm just going to tell you he's the vice president of industry for Keller Williams Realty International. He's a genius. His team, which he's not active in his team business anymore, still sells over 800 homes a year. The guy is ridiculous. And he talked about 3 things that we really need to be focused on in this market. And I'm going to give you one of those. And it's a little 2-minute video because he says it best. And then I'm going to talk about what we're doing about that. So, I'm letting our incredible technology wizard team get the video ready. Yes, it's ready somewhere. Do we need to end the slideshow?
Once you stop sharing, I'll start.
I did.
There we are. There he is. Okay, and then we're sharing the video and sound, so we're good to go. All right, here we go.
Data is really clear right now that directionally everybody knows that the real estate market has went up. What they're really light on, the specifics of what that means to them. And I just want you to be clear that everybody gets their real estate news anecdotally, meaning they don't get it from their realtor. They get it from the person that they're playing canasta with. They get it from the person at the country club. They get it from the person at the church who, instead of saying, oh my gosh, my daughter listed her home and it sold in 11 minutes, says, you won't believe it. My daughter listed her home and 11 days later and it's still on the market. It's in that moment that it becomes real to the consumer. We have to understand that if they're going to get their news anecdotally, they have to get their facts from you. 63% of Americans say they don't know the actual value of their home. They know directionally it's up, but they don't know the actual value. That's akin to 63% of homeowners walking around with a winning lotto ticket in their pocket that they haven't stopped to scratch. It's absolutely amazing to me. The number one thing you can do for your customers right now is literally give them value. Here's what your home is worth. Minus what you owe, here's the number you'd get if you walked away tomorrow. That number is considerably higher than the supermajority of them are thinking they are. And you're going to say, well, wait a minute. They're not going to move just by telling them a value. You're right. But here's what always happens. Every time the market starts to slow down, the group of people that actually know what that number is, they have a different thought process. they start to say, oh my gosh, I'm literally losing money. If they hear anecdotally, the market went down 10%, now they actually tie it to a number and they say, oh my gosh, that means I'm $50,000 poorer or $30,000 poorer or $1 million, whatever the number is. And so when you tie to an actual number and the market changes, those are the first people off the fence. The educated seller of today is the active seller of tomorrow. Fact, write it down. If you graded your day by how many people I gave their home values were, you'd make more money when the market changes. That's number one. Number two, if you are sleeping right now on charity, I think.
Thank you. We're only doing one tip today. Okay. And then we can go back to the hot topic slide. So that was, really incredible and inspiring, the idea that if you graded yourself on how many valuations you give today is what your business is going to look like tomorrow. And he basically talked about how that's what he does, and his team, all they do in a market like this is give valuations. You can call them CMAs. I'm calling them valuations because that's what we're going to say to the client, because a lot of clients don't know what a CMA is. You can say market analysis or comparative market analysis, or you can just say evaluation of their home. And then what he was talking about was a net sheet, right? Like basically getting the information that you need to tell them how much they could potentially have or walk away with, depending on what that net sheet looks like and that cost to sell. So get those out. That's what we want to encourage you to do. And in fact, we want to encourage you so much to get as many valuations to people as you possibly can today, because we want listings, right? That we actually are building a contest around that. So we're having a contest of how many valuations or comparative market analysis you can do from in this quarter. So we're actually starting July 15th to September 15th. And that is and we're gonna do a contest. And the winner of that contest will win, and we can talk about more of the details later. I'm just gonna kind of tell you overview, is they'll get to go to family reunion in Orlando. You'll get to go to Disney World, but you'll actually get to go to family reunion too, in February. And then the tracking of that. So basically you are going to be doing these how you do them. I'm assuming that you already give these to people in your business, because if you're a realtor, you're giving, this is what you do. So however you deliver those to people, whether you do it through Paragon CMA Wizard and you do a report and you email it to them, whether you do a lead capture page on Facebook offering the valuations and then you get back to them within 24, 48 hours, or you build up a website to do it, like however you do it, just do it. And Command, we'll kind of talk about how Command plays into this in a minute, because I'm going to let Latasha talk a little bit about the opportunities contest, which ties into this. But the key is I want you to put these contacts in Command, make sure they're in Command, and create an opportunity for them, right? Because we have an opportunities contest going on. And then just give them a CMA. And trust me, I will verify that you gave these CMAs when we find out how many, who's raising their hand about having the most. I will work on that validation later, so don't worry too much about that, other than the fact that you're going to have to track that you gave it to them and they got it. So you emailed it to them, you delivered it to them, they signed a sheet that said I got it. Whatever it is, just know that I'm going to say, who did you give it to? Or you can show me all the ones you ran in Paragon if that's where you're running them. If you're using RPR, I don't really care if you use a CMA summary sheet. I don't care. I just want to make sure you're giving it to people. So there is a contest, starts the 15th. Your coaches will be, if you're in the coaching program, they'll be talking about this. So Latasha, do you want to talk about that now, or you want to wait until that part to talk about the opportunities section of that? Okay, so I'm going to let Latasha, I'm going to segue before we go on into how cool that is with the opportunities contest that's going on. And I'm going to have her remind you, because that's happening through the month of July, because the CMA you can build right into putting these opportunities in your Command. So take it away, Latasha.
Thanks. I've heard about the Opportunity Challenge, and when I say we, I'm talking about Maui and Big Island. We are the money makers. You voted on that. I did not. So that's your team name. So we are actually kicking some Oahu tail.
We're going in the wrong
I know, so I talk trash all the time, so you have to back me up. So Oahu's name is One Direction, they're going in the wrong direction, and then we keep going. So I'll have a slideshow, really quickly, but I wanna say it's like, we're at 2,487, and they're at 1,587, something like that.
Shake that
So-
money maker.
Yes. So we actually had an increase from yesterday of 4, and Oahu 2. So what I want to say is the contests have already started. It's July 1st through the 31st. We have 2 sponsors, Old Republic title and First Hawaii title. There are 4 categories to win. There is Top Island, or Island Community, as we like to rebrand that name. And then there is Top Agent, and there's Top Group and Top Team. So there's 4 opportunities to win. We do weekly updates in terms of where we are. I also have created a chart that I'll show you in terms of a scoreboard, an electronic scoreboard that you can click on and access at any point in time. There's also a banner. So let me talk about the opportunity. The opportunity is very simple. All you're doing is the best practice is to go into your contact card. On the right-hand side, at the very top, I always say teal is your friend. You highlight, hover over opportunity. You'll see that teal underline. And then underneath that, it says create opportunity. You want to make sure that all of the red asterisks at the very least are completed and hit create, and that's it. I also created a Loom video that I'll recirculate today to everyone so you can actually watch the Loom video. It's under 5 minutes, so you have that time in case you need a little refresher on the opportunity challenge. But we have to lay down this gauntlet and keep it laid down because one direction needs to keep going in the wrong direction and money makers need to take over. So thank you.
Yes. Wait. I have a question.
Yes, question.
Okay, so when you put in the opportunities, for instance, I showed a house, we went, we set it up as the opportunity, but they didn't buy that house. So that house, I closed that deal because we're still looking. That closes the opportunity for that listing. So do I set up a new one without a house on the same client?
So then what you would do is create another opportunity. And so that's not going to, let me back up. So in that situation where that opportunity was lost for that specific house, that does not affect your rankings. So I'm counting only the created opportunities, not the lost opportunities. So I'm only focusing on what you create in command.
But if she takes it away, does it go
Can
away?
we-
or
well,
should
can
we
we
just
just
leave it?
no.
Can we just clarify that you can create an opportunity for someone that just says, I'm interested in buying in a year?
Exactly.
You can put them in your nurture. That's an opportunity.
For under that
Okay.
person's name.
So anybody I put for
Exactly.
opportunity, even if I close it for the one and start a new one, that counts.
Exactly.
Does it count as it counts too?
Yes, it counts twice, and here's the reason why, because.
I got lots of lost
Or 10.
Ultimately, what we're trying to do is help you maximize your sales pipeline. We want to help you maximize your sales pipeline. And then we're going to actually kick it up a notch because then we're going to go back and say, are you actually managing manage your primary CRM? Are you actually utilizing stages and checklists to keep going back to what your coach said in terms of a systematic way of every time I meet with someone, I'm doing this. When we go to the nurture stage, when we go to the hot stage, when we go to this stage, we're doing the same thing every time, providing consistency. That's also going to help you build your reputation as their primary source, their real estate resource, because you're doing the same, you're delivering the same consistent service every single time to every client, no matter what.
Okay, so what about, sorry, one more, sorry. So what about, like, I sent out a bunch of my searches this morning. I have like 6 clients I'm looking for houses for. So I send them out a weekly list of what's available. Is each one of them is going to be considered an opportunity, even though I sent them 6 to 12 listings?
Yes, because here's the deal. You want to get to that point where it's sold, whatever you're looking for. So that each 6 of those are an opportunity. So you need to go within your command and make sure that you created the opportunity from your contact card.
So the only question I have about that, Teresa's asking about putting multiple
Yeah, I've
properties,
got,
is that may skew your projected income, right? Because isn't that where, does that tie to the pipeline of projected income too?
isn't that?
I don't know.
Yeah. So if that duplicates it 6 times, that buyer's gonna buy 6 properties.
So let me ask you this question. When you create that customer in your contact,
Mhm.
and when you're nurturing them, have you already assigned a listing? Because here's what I want to clarify. If you haven't attached a listing or a property to it, so it's only considered that one opportunity. So if you have the one opportunity and you're showing them multiple houses, that only counts one time as the opportunity.
You don't want to triplicate.
Yes.
Word.
So all you're doing is this. You're creating the opportunity. The opportunity is the ability to get to a sold sign. In that opportunity process, you may show them 10 houses or 20 houses, but until you actually sign an offer, accept an offer, and go through that process, it's still only counted for that one time.
Okay, that's where I misunderstood what you're saying, because so I'm showing houses.
Right. Showing.
And in showing the house, they decide they don't like that house. Well, it's already written all the way through, because I have to get Keone primed, right? That maybe this is going to be a go.
Right.
And then I have to close it. And then I show the other one. But on the nurture side, I send them a group. And then if that comes up, then we go and see it. So that only counts as one. But the showing counts each time.
The showing is not tied to the opportunity at all. So the showing is not tied to the opportunity. So once you
Well,
create.
she's saying right now she puts it in, you put in every different property, is that what you're
If we
doing
go
right now?
see it,
And she should.
yeah.
Okay, so
If we
then what
see
need
it,
to
we
do is
go.
Take this offline, and I need to have a one-on-one with you and talk through your business in terms of how you're creating the opportunities, and then we can have that conversation.
Okay.
So
Sorry.
if you have more questions about the details of that, the bottom line is we want to make sure that you get anybody that you're working with, that you talk to as a potential buyer or seller, now or down the road, goes into opportunities. It doesn't mean, not to be confused with when you have a transaction. Obviously, a transaction is going in there as an opportunity, but we want to encourage you to build a pipeline, you know, of anybody that could be a potential buyer or seller. I know Don Harris had a question, so I'm going to go to him, and then Michelle had a question. So Don, you want to?
Well, I think you kind of answered it, but I use opportunities a lot for buyers. I can't imagine putting an individual opportunity for each property we look at. Because they might be considering 10 properties. I don't want to have 10 different opportunities with the same buyer in my opportunities pipeline, because then finding it would be impossible.
So the question for you, Don, so when you put them in, just to see what he does, you just put them in under the person, and then you put in maybe one property or whatever you're showing him and what that commission would look like to be the pipeline. You don't even put that in there. You just put the person.
Okay, so the way that I do it, when I get any new buyer, I put them into an opportunity, and the opportunity asks for their budget. So I put in whatever their budget is, $1 million, 850, whatever it is. And then we look at properties, we go through. When we get an offer accepted, then I tag a property to that specific person. Because otherwise I've got let me see. Individual people right now, I've got 60 people.
Yeah, okay, Ray's gonna mute you. Yeah, so I got that, that's great. I think just add more in the chat box if you want, just because he has to play musical things, and for the sake of time, that's the way to do it. What you just said, that would be the best way to do it, because you're putting in their price point, they're going in there as a client, and then once you have that deal in escrow, it moves in there. But that's what I would suggest, right?
Yes, because keep in mind that the opportunity is connected to the contact, which is the person. So the opportunity is connected to the person. It doesn't matter how many you sell, or excuse me, how many you search for in terms of properties, always connected to that one person.
That's a
why-
good question though, because other people are probably doing that too.
I think, Lisa, part of the confusion is that people think of opportunities as escrows. They're absolutely not. An opportunity is your pipeline. Yeah, people aren't utilizing the pipeline part of it, which is the very
Yes.
first setup. It's like someone says, well, I'm gonna buy in 2 years. Great, they're going in an opportunity as my watch.
Well,
Why
and
would I
just to
add
be clear, I mean, yes, Nicole is saying it's not an escrow. A lot of you guys think of it as an escrow because frankly, that's the only time you're using command. I know like some of you have other systems you use and you know, whatever works for you. Obviously, we want to encourage you to use the benefits of command. Just to be clear though, if you have another CRM that you have all of this stuff in that you're tracking, and then you are just putting escrow into opportunities because you're required to do so to get paid, in this case, you are not in the contest. I mean, you're in the contest actually for your escrows technically, but you wouldn't probably win the contest because you're not taking advantage of opportunities to its full potential, the pipeline of it. So just to be clear, because I know that that is confusing sometimes. So thank you, Latasha. Thank you, Teresa, for asking that question. Thank you, Dawn, for sharing that. I think that helped get some clarity around that. And of course, you can always connect with Latasha. Michelle had a question.
Yeah, can you clarify for the team what's included in the prize to family reunion? Is that airfare only? Is that air and hotel?
Okay, so Michelle's asked me to clarify what's included in the prize for the person that wins the CMA or the valuation contest for family reunion. It is, and we didn't clear this with Colette, but I'm just gonna say it's an all expense paid trip.
And that
all
runs,
expense paid.
And that runs from when to when?
The contest runs from July 15th to September 15th. The opportunities contest is all through July, and I would just encourage you to continue it. The whole point is to build a habit. All expense paid, not to Disney World, flight to Orlando, hotel, and the conference.
I'm just
one person
to clarify.
One.
Just a
married,
spouse.
and you win, you're paying your way. Like it's cool, but you know, you can go. I'm just saying.
Sorry, it's a girls' trip.
Yeah. All right, next, let me just go on. I was gonna invite any of the ALC if you wanna talk at all about a committee. We're still on hot topics, sorry, Latasha. If you wanna talk about any of the upcoming committee meetings that you have in case people are interested in being involved. I saw Jonathan posted on Facebook about the culture club, sorry. Can't say culture committee, I have to say the culture club. Meeting, and then Dawn, you know, and Celeste have been doing the wealth group, which has been super great. Anything else that you guys want to mention in case people want to get involved? If you want to get involved in the culture group or the wealth group or a growth committee,
Diversity.
which includes profit share. What else?
Diversity.
Diversity. Yeah, I'm thinking what it's actually called right now. Social equity.
Thank you.
So just I mean, if you want to reach out, if you don't know who the committee chair is, just reach out to Ray. And he'll tell you. I was about to say me, and I'm like, that's probably not a good idea. All right. And you can put in the chat box anything you want about that too. All right, we talked about that. I've already mentioned this and sent you guys an email, just a reminder about the transaction coordinators that are in training right now for our office and the transaction assistant that's in training right now. They'll still be in training probably for the next they're actually going to continue their training through August, although we're starting to do finals already. So if you need transaction management support, then Christy is handling that, or you can let me know and I'll probably have you connect with Christy on making sure that you have somebody assigned for you. I want to remind you, so Lisa is here too with Keller Mortgage, and she's here physically. So it's good to see you, Lisa. Thanks for being here. And she sent out, you guys sent out that email yesterday. Did that email go out yet?
I know, but it's going out late this week.
It's going out this week. You'll get an email which talks as just a reminder about Keller Mortgage and introduces you to Lisa if you haven't met her. I know a lot of you are working with her already. She's our rep and she's physically here, which is awesome for Keller Mortgage. So a reminder that it's a huge benefit that we have to be able to offer to our clients. as an option to potentially get a loan for free and get cash back at closing. I mean, who else does that? So among other things, because the refi programs are actually pretty phenomenal too. I would suggest you connect with Lisa. And I also wanted to let you know and remind you, as we talked about yesterday, because this involves everybody, we have, per RESPA, we have to disclose any affiliated business arrangement or relationship that we have. For Keller Mortgage actually does this as part of the process and does the disclosure with the client. So they're fine, they sign that. We do though also have an affiliated business arrangement with First Hawaii Title. So if you're working with First Hawaii Title, and I know a lot of you do, which is great, they're awesome. There is an affiliated business arrangement which is now uploaded in the intranet that the parties are required to sign to show that we properly disclose to them the relationship. It's not part of the purchase contract. You're not adding it into the documents for the purchase contract. It's not part of the transaction. However, it is required that we use it, and it goes to First Hawaii Title. You have to send it to them when you send your opening documents because they need to see that this disclosure was made, again, to be in compliance with RESPA. So if you have any questions about that, talk to your broker or Michelle. And I also wanted to talk about Stacy because some of you have asked me, and we did talk a little bit about her. So Stacy has, I'm just very happy for her because she had been wanting to, she had always been an amazing sales agent, and she was still a captain, and she was in a full-time job for years and years and years, and her goal and her dream was to be able to do real estate full-time because, like, you know, how much are you going to kill it if you're already a capper and you're working full-time? So the goal was to really get her out of the transition of her job, and we brought her in as in a leadership role, which she was amazing and did such an incredible, wonderful job, and I love her so much. And is an incredible leader, and decided that the opportunity of the freedom that she now had would best be served by her being able to really focus on her business and sell. So she is going to be doing that, continuing to do that, and upping her sales business and following the MRA models. And she's also going to be a broker in charge for us as well. So we're really excited about that. Happy for that transition and
Thank you, Lisa. Love
yes,
you.
I love you. Finding what is the best fit. That said, we have 2 positions that we are currently looking to fill, and I'm asking for your help if you have anybody to refer that you know that might be a good fit. One is a co-team leader position, and I'm definitely looking for a partner in that. And I did put an ad on my Facebook page, kind of an overview of what we're looking for. There's going to be an official ad posted on Wise Hire, so you'll be able to share that with people. So look for that. And then the other is essentially a sales manager is, I think, what I'm calling the person. And it's somebody who's basically going to help support the lead team program that we want to continue to expand to be able to help provide, help you guys, some of you be in a higher level production. And we have this lead team program, which is under Gary Keller's suggestion and models for the market centers. So if I can have a sales manager who really knows how to run something like that at a high level, we can continue to expand that company wide, which benefits everybody. So I guess it's a sales manager. We're working on the job profile right now. Danny Har is helping me on a Wahoo to come up with what that looks like. So let me know. Either of those roles could be, a mega agent who wants to transition into a leadership position, somebody who's maybe a mid-level agent that's really good at sales management and maybe doesn't want to sell anymore. Those are some of the different types of people I'm looking for. So let me know. I'm putting it out there because our best resource is through you guys, okay? And through John Morris, who knows a lot of people. So if you know somebody who wants to move to Hawaii that was like a rock star team leader in another market, I don't know, or coach or a mountain coach, or maybe he's staying here. Yeah, okay. All right, that's all I have on that topic. So let's move on. We've got about 12 minutes left. We will get through it. A lot of good content today, though. Thanks, you guys, for sharing all your stuff. Okay, vital signs training. A reminder, I took this incredible vital signs training class for leadership. And I was like, man, I got to do this with you guys as the agents because it's so good. And it is, it says maximize your economic, budget, and organizational models to net the highest profit possible. So we'll be doing these things under the Millionaire Real Estate Agent model. It's a practical application training. So if you're like, I don't know what that means, and I read that in the book, but I don't know, how that applies to my business, come, because we're gonna go through some exercises that we're gonna do. And I have all the models here in these like kind of one-sheeters where we can go through some of this. And it's really a checkup to see where you're at. In the middle of the year, I met with a mega agent yesterday from another company, and he was like, I have no idea I have no clue where my business is at right now. Like, I have no idea how much I sold. I have no idea how much money I've made or not made. I have no idea what I spent. I have no idea, like they had no idea, which I understand, and a lot of people may feel that way right now because it's a crazy time and you're busy and yet it's really important. So I said, why don't you come to the vital signs training or we can get together and do it. Great, that's exactly what I need right now, right? And this person sells a ton of real estate. So I would just encourage you to take a look at that because we don't know where we're going if we don't know where we are. And I know it's a crazy time, and at the same time, more importantly, take a look at what it is to make sure you end up the year where you think you are gonna be, okay? So that is a new training, we've never done it before, come to that. All right, next. I'm talking loudly now, I guess, I'm excited. Ethan, did we welcome you in the thing or was it last month?
I feel welcome.
You're welcome, okay.
I feel welcome.
Okay, good. Yeah. All right, make the camp video. It's short and good.
It's not a delay, so sorry.
Maybe we do a booster.
It's the computer.
We could act it out. I mean, I kind of seen it like 500 times already. Okay, let's skip and go to the next one. So I'm going to talk about Mega Camp. We have a still slide for this. So, and you can watch this video on, it's KW Connect, and then is it also on Outfront? I think it's also on Outfront. I'm not positive. So, Mega Camp, as a reminder, this is, we have 2 big conferences every year for Keller Williams. Incredible opportunity for education, training, networking, to keep your top agents. Oh, okay. I don't know. Picture yourself at Mega Camp. Okay. So, you guys should all have received, did everybody receive the email about, I think, no. Is it still, did everybody receive the email to register now online for virtual? Okay, yes. So you all should have received an email yesterday, I think, that went out that invited you to register virtually for Mega Camp. So everybody should be able to register virtually, and today is the last day for early bird pricing. And by the way, when I say today, I mean like probably 2 hours because it's Texas time, so I'm guessing it ends at noon.
It's set it, I think it's set until midnight.
Midnight Texas time.
Yeah,
okay, so 6 o'clock our time or something, 7 o'clock. So get your registration today because it will be cheaper, and make sure that you can attend it at least virtually. I know that there are a handful of people that are going to have the benefit of going live because either they were invited based on the fact that they were an individual, they were either in Gary Keller's top mastermind group. So I know Dean Otto, Todd Hudson, and Leola Augustine got invites. And then Todd is also going to be, I don't know what he's doing yet, but the cool thing is Todd Hudson's going to be on one of the panels or in one of the sessions. So that's going to be really cool to be able to watch that. I also have, as far as who's registered, Jordan Sonner, Teresa, you guys registered for the virtual, Adam Miller. So I get the registration sheet. Michelle did, great. So register virtually, and ultimately if it does open up to more people and they do let more people come live, then awesome. Some of you may not want to go live anyway. Yes, some of the sessions will be early in the morning, And you can either get up early in the morning and watch them, or you can watch them when they're available later. What we're gonna do is we're gonna do live watch parties in our offices once it's at an hour that would I mean, the office technically opens at 8:30. You know, we could potentially get here a bit earlier, although at least from that time forward, we'll have watch parties. It may start as early as 4 or 5 a.m. So, you know, some of you get up that early. I don't, and I will watch it. I mean, I'm gonna wake up probably at 5. I'm not getting up at 4. Colette wanted me to take a class. And then Christy sent it to me and it was like 4 a.m. start. And I was like, I will wait till it's live and I will fly over there to not have to get up at 4 or at 3. Anyway, I'm kidding, right? It's worth getting up at 3 o'clock in the morning because just go to bed early. Just go to bed early. And if you want to have a pajama party and you want to sleep here, we could totally do that. I talked to Jessica Miller about that. I think she's open to hosting that. So if they let us. All right, so get your ticket. The other thing is, and anybody who's gone to Mega Camp, I mean, if you want to say anything about it, it would be great to get a testimonial from somebody who's actually been there. Is there anybody on the call that wants to speak to how ridiculously amazing a Mega Camp is, or any of the live or family reunion, and even the virtual version, right? Like what you guys learned at family reunion in February. So just put in the chat box how amazing it is and that you attended it, and what you learned in family reunion the last time that you've applied in your business, for the sake of time. And also because I'm doing this in a hybrid model for the first time. All right, I also want to point out, so if you go to the next slide, another cool thing that is going to be happening, one was actually this morning. So I didn't know, I knew I had submitted one of our agents, Tyler Coons, to compete in this. However, I didn't know he was going to be on it today. Otherwise, I would have told everybody yesterday. Right. He was on, I mean, it was really early in the morning. He was on it live this morning, July 8th, for the one today. We have a snapshot of him.
He's a
I think we don't have a
semifinalist.
snapshot. Okay, Ray is going to give a snapshot. We were going to show you some of it. It's not up yet. The recording is not up yet. So I'm going to encourage you, and we'll send it out to you, to go to the Clash of the Closers recording in KW Connect and watch Tyler on it, because that's pretty cool that he got to do that, which everybody nationally could watch. Okay, and then they're going to continue that, and they're going to have a final contest in Mega Camp. Another thing I wanted to mention was Spring Masterminds, and the next Clash of the Closers is July 29th. Spring Masterminds is coming up July 21st. So this is an opportunity. MAPS Coaching puts this on. If you are a member of MAPS, meaning you have a MAPS coach and you're in MAPS Mastery Coaching, you should get a free registration to this. It's included in our MAPS contract. And then other people can also sign up for it. So it's an amazing opportunity to really get into groups of people that are at your level as an agent. I don't know how they're going to separate it, but they basically separate into mastermind groups, and somebody who's a leader in KW facilitates it and says, here's the topics, like what topics do you want to focus on? So they say they take from the group the top 3 or 2 or 5 or whatever hot topics that are the challenges in their business today, and then they break into groups and they mastermind around it, and then they come back and share like all the top nuggets of what people are doing. It's a phenomenal experience, so I would recommend checking that out too, masterminds.kw.com. I did the last virtual one. It was awesome. I get to mastermind with other team leaders, and it's great. Okay, who wants to be an MREA? Name the 4 laws of lead generation. Nicole or the coaches are not allowed to answer this because they teach it like 100 times a day. So I'm going to ask you to either put in the chat box, which Ray will monitor, or raise your hand and he'll grab you and tell us what the 4 laws of lead generation are per the Millionaire Real Estate Agent book. You can click the next one because I think it'll just say name the 4 laws. Yeah. Who's got it? Give me 1. You don't have to give me all 4. Just give me 1.
Database.
Stacy says, database, build a database. That's number 1. Very good, Stacy. What's the next one?
How come I do?
Thanks, Eddie.
What do we do with our database? What do we have to do with our database?
Feed it.
Feed
'Cause
it.
it's hungry.
Feed it because it's hungry every day. Okay, what else do we do with our database? So we feed it, we put people into it, and then what do we do with those people?
Contact them.
Contact them,
Yay.
communicate with them systematically, very good. And then what do we do when we communicate with them and then they want to buy or sell something?
Create an
Create an opportunity.
Create an opportunity and service them.
And then we service the leads that, right, we service the leads that come your way. Build a database, feed it every day, communicate with it systematically, and service the leads, all the leads that come your way. That's how the business works. And by the way, it's as simple as that. And if we just did that, we would have an amazing business, right? That's it. So success is simple, not easy. All right, Latasha, I'm gonna let you go back up and you can get us into any other of the tech updates and share who our lead people are on the leaderboard. And we got 3 minutes and we'll get through it. And I'm sorry to do this to you, Latasha. This really is our last section, except for one more thing. Oh, is my, you did, okay.
So the only class, not your only class, but one of the classes that, if you notice, we've been doing a lot of tag teaming. So I've been teaming up with agents and also my counterpart, Carrie. We are actually doing a lead gen class in terms of how to lead gen within Command, and specifically going to target notes in terms of the best practices for entering notes, tracking your database, managing your database, keeping track of the notes, how to utilize timelines. So it's going to be a 30-minute impactful session. It's going to be Tuesday, the 13th, 10:30 to 11. So really quickly, our contact awards or our Command Vital Signs awards. So we have contacts. So we've got 4 categories. The platinum people, I know, 2,500 or over. Tiger Coombs is leading the way. Michelle Belch and Chris Rios. Gold is 1,000 or more. Antonita on the Big Island. Billy also on the Big Island, and Marcella. Next slide. I'm trying to go fast.
And I think Antonita's doing it because she's practicing, right?
Yeah,
She's amazing.
yeah.
Good for her.
So contacts, again, these are the last 2 of the 4. Silver, 500 or more. Marcus Springs has had a surge increase. Teresa. And then Jean Vance, who's not here, I'm not sure if she's on the line. And then our bronze, 100 more, which Kinga, she's a fairly new agent, and Keone is her broker. Michelle and Cheryl, HP as I like to call her.
HP, hot pants.
Yeah. Opportunity challenge, so that's where it was in terms of our scoreboard. So we are 2,487 plus 4 since yesterday, and One Direction, 1,855. They had an increase of 2 overnight. So opportunities, these are our leaders in terms of top 3. Rochelle Augustine Black, Homes and Chocolate, 288.
Wow.
Top Hudson, 808 1.
And they just capped, right? I mean, there's a correlation we see to our cappers and these opportunities.
Todd Hudson had an increase of 4, going back to Rochelle and Katie Lee. They had an increase of 19, which is awesome. And then Jessica Miller, 9 times network. 104, an increase of 2. She's steadily, her and her hubby are steadily climbing. Next. 2 more slides, I believe. Smart Plan. My favorite. I think we're at 4 out of 5. I think I can't see whatever it says on the other side.
I think we are.
4 to 5, I believe. So we are increasing in our smart plans usage. Smart plans are probably, I would say, in my rough estimation, about 97% accuracy. I mean, it's just a simple, easy way to get the message out to your clients. So next slide, and I think that's going to be the last, or 2 more. I think we're done. Oh, I think we're done. Sorry, my bad. Okay, it's this is the July. Just an update in terms of the Out Front magazine. There is going to be a publication in July that you definitely want to make notation of. So it's going to be a content calendar. So that should be very instrumental in helping you maximize your database, i.e. your sales pipeline. So that's coming in July. So it should be out. If it's not out by now, keep checking on My Connect. And then this is just a little queue must list. of what is going to be happening on out front. And I think that's it for me. I'll send you a copy of the dashboard for sake of time.
So thank you, Latasha. So yeah. So next month, I kind of go back to Mike for a minute. I was thinking we had until 10:30 at this meeting, and that was my bad. We actually had till 10:15, and then we were gonna have a speaker from 10:15 to 10:30. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna push him. Well, actually, the meeting was supposed to end at 10:15, and I was gonna invite you guys who wanted to stay. We're not gonna have him today because we're over time. So we're gonna invite him to come to our next meeting. And this is a guy, Mike Baker, who was introduced to us by our regional team. So he has created programs that are health benefit programs like plans and providers. Now, remember, we also still work with stride.kw.com and Stride Health. And they do have programs like with HMSA, Kaiser, UHA, like local providers. AmeriLife has other types of programs as well. And so the region kind of worked a deal with him where he has special packages available for any agents that are in Northern California and Hawaii. So some of you may already have all this stuff taken care of, some of you may not. If you are interested, we're gonna invite him to the next team meeting, which will be next month, second Thursday of the month, same time, and he'll be taking like the last 15 to 20 minutes to talk about that. So just make sure that you mark that on your calendar for next month, Thursday. Ray?
And if you guys are eager for that information, I have it now. Just email
we can send
me
it out.
and
Or
I'll
we can send it in the weekly and then he can talk more about it and do a Q&A.
Yeah.
We'll do that. Okay, I know, Jonathan, you had a hand up. Do you, we got 1 minute left. Do you wanna?
Yeah, I just wanted to remind everybody tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. Sorry, I don't know what that was. I just wanted to remind everybody tomorrow at 2:30 p.m. at the Kahului Central Office, we're having a culture committee meeting. Everybody is invited. I'd love to have some agents that, you know, whether or not you're on or not, just join us. We're going to be going over some important things for KW culture. And it's just 2:30 to 3:30.
I would love to be there virtually.
Great, okay, Culture Club. So I'll let you put in the chat box if you want to talk about virtually. Last thing is I actually do want to recognize Jonathan and a couple other people before we go. I saw this, Jonathan, that you posted, and I actually hadn't even seen it, but Hawaii Business Magazine identified the leading real estate companies, and they picked the top performers in real estate for 2021 in these companies. And in our office, here are the names on the list. So Jonathan Udis was on the list as a top performer recognized in Hawaii Business Magazine. Dean Otto, Todd Hudson, Lee Potts, Sarah Fox, David Quant, E.D. Peterson, Mark Markello, Sue DeLoria, and Sam Schaus. So congratulations to you guys. That's awesome. Great job. All right, you guys, that's what we've got for today. Thank you so much, and I hope you had fun, and we're going to continue to do this, and we'll keep improving the process of having these hybrid meetings. So you guys rock. Thank you, and thank you to everybody for being here, and now you can have food and coffee if you want. All right, bye, you guys. Have a great rest of the day. Fun, right?